What is up, guys? It's Johnny Cage Banger here for another tutorial. Uh, I got the Tm88 tutorial for you guys, so we gonna jump right into this because this was also a special request. A few people asked me like, "Yo, how do you make a Tm88 beat? Can you show me how to do it?" So what I'm gonna do is do it. So I already did it. I already posted this beat on YouTube. You can check my channel for that. I will say this: Tm88 Mafia, as a producer, it is one of the most difficult things to do is try to sound like Tm88 because his sound is so out there, it's so crazy that for me to make a Tm88 type beat, it'll be damn near impossible. But I think I did it because you know what I'm saying. It's pretty much we all the same entity as far as our talent. So if you can tap into somebody else's talent, well, I'm getting too crazy for you guys, but I'll just let you know we're all the same entity. We all have a soul, and we all have unexplainable talent. So we can all tap into each other's talents. That's how we become great. When you learn off one another, that's a form of tapping into somebody's talent when you learning from them. But I grabbed this piano right here. I'm really fucking with this piano from Nexus, this Ab by piano. So as a producer, you want to zero in on the key things when you're making a niche beat. So I'm listening to Tm88, just some of his tracks, and I fuck with Larry June. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but I'm sorry guys, it's 11 in the morning. Larry June and Tm88, they dropped a tape, and I was just listening to Tm88's sounds, and his sounds are so non-musical. Like they not like instruments, they just like sounds, and it's just synth, and it's just crazy. So, but he does fuck with piano, so I kept it real piano based, and he makes dark melodies. Tm88 makes these dark, eerie melodies, and the 808s are warm and dark. So this is what I got. You know what I'm saying? So you probably wondering why I got that A and then this A. It's just to build the dark eeriness. So you want to have these black keys in here. You want to fuck with your black keys. As a producer, I usually try to use my root notes as the black keys. I don't really too much like the white keys. I'm not a racist. But the black keys just give a different sound that's not the usual. You know what I'm saying? These it's like a, you know what I'm saying? So that it's a different sound, and it's more warm and it's dark. So I try to use the black keys. So I used those, and then I came down here and I just basically changed up the dynamics. A lot of these tutorials are gonna start getting real repetitive because basically once you get the fundamentals of this shit that I'm trying to tell you guys, you'll be able to make any kind of beat you want. If you know how, if you know how to lay it out, like how the specific producer lays it out, you'll know how to make any type of beat. So my pattern mastery, once again, I'm using that. My ability to make patterns has created basically every single beat that I've made, every TM beat, Metro beat, all these niche producer beats that people ask me to do the tutorials with, because I know patterns so well that I'm able to make any beat that I want to make. So as a producer, you really need to focus on your patterns and knowing when to put this key here or when to put that there, and it all has to match up together. So as you saw, you can look at my ghost notes right here. You got A, G, and D. So check this out. Where is it at? You got A, you got G, you got D, and then this is what I tell you guys. That E right there, that E, you can throw the E in there simply because it sounds right. So don't try to do this formula. I was telling you guys in the last video, this fucking path that people think they always have to take, where they got to do this certain thing or do that certain thing. It's about your creativity. So you make a sound, you make a new sound, you make a new wave, then that becomes the formula. You know what I'm saying? Because 5 years ago, people weren't making beats like how they making today. And then 10 years ago, so you know what I'm saying, it's always going to be something new that somebody creates. So you can't just walk the same path and find new shit. If you walking down the same street, it's only going to be the same street until you turn, then you get another street, yada, yada, yada. So you really got to approach this realistically, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Because essentially, you just taking your ideas and you making them, bringing them to life in a beat. Now, the reason I did that is because I know Tm88, he does the same shit I do with the 808s. He like to change up the 808s and do different patterns with the 808s. So I did another pattern with the piano. And you always want to have different patterns on your instruments. I say this a lot. You guys always need dynamics. You always need something else that's going to get the reader's attention again or get the listener's attention. You always want somebody to fuck with your beat. So you always want to try to change it up, you know what I'm saying? Make it seem like it's a movie. So those were both the same piano. Then I went to Nexus and grabbed this slow and epic pad. And I swear to God, the only thing I did was come in here. I did this. Boom. And I just clicked some shit. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just go with my gut, because I was watching before I make these tutorials. I like to look at the producer and watch them and see how they do shit. So I looked at Tm88. He said, "Man, I just go with the flow, dude. Whatever comes to my mind, I just try it and see if it works. And if it don't, I make something happen." So I end up doing this with the pad that I grabbed. You know what I'm saying? So you see I got it on A and B. Now let me tell you guys this secret, because this is gonna be some crazy shit. I could have just went A and D. I could have put it at G, could have put it at this F, but I'm like, I'm gonna put it at A and B solely because that's A, that's B. So you want to look at your root notes. This is the root note right here, and that's the root note right there. So when I take that and I'm making a different sound, I'm making a different instrument, I don't want to always use the exact same shit all the time, putting it way up here. You want to have different dynamics and sounds. So that's where you get this pad from. You see how eerie it is? Then I went in here in Electrica. Then after I do this, I'm gonna play you guys the beat before I get into the drums, because that's what everybody's waiting on. So that's a little bass there that I got from Electrica X, the Fat Henny MF, whatever that is. But you know, TM, he has all these crazy sounds, and he put all the crazy sounds into it. Really, anybody can be Tm88, but you could not make the exact same beats as Tm88, because Tm88 is essentially putting his thoughts that's in his brain, he's making it into the beat. That's how a producer becomes amazing. When he takes those guidelines, like I said in the last video, he takes those guidelines and he takes what he wants, and then everything else, he uses pure genius. So essentially, you have to take your brain out of it, your physical brain. You have to go into your genius inside your mind, and you have to pull out these ideas. Because as long as you have ideas, you will never not be able to make a beat. Rather, you think it's good. Good is based on perspective. So back in the day, Timberland and all those guys, them was amazing beats. But you play those now against Metro and shit, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's all perspective. So if you fuck with your sound, perfect it, present it, and we'll take it. You know what I'm saying? So I was talking to my buddy the other day. Let me play this beat for you guys. I was talking to my buddy the other day, and I was just asking him, like, do I sound like a lot of producers, or You know what I'm saying? Because people say my beats sound different even though I make niche beats for my subscribers. But I try to, in a sense, put my own sauce into it so I can make the shit work. So this video is pretty much about TM and just basically just being yourself as a producer. So you can be anybody you want to be. And I just want everybody to know that shit. You don't have to fucking follow some guideline to get on. You do you, and trust me, you'll get on. Just do you, bro. Don't try to be something that you're not. Don't try to fucking follow behind some fad or some trend or some shit. It's not like the whole biting aspect of it. There's no real biting. You can't bite someone's fucking style because it's not their style. We're all making music. So regardless of rather you use this 808 and I use this 808, it's fucking music, bro. That's like an artist saying, no, he used the same paintbrush as me. He's copying my style. Like, come on now. So, but this is the beat. I'm gonna let you guys hear the whole beat, then I'm gonna get into the drums for you guys.
Johnny Cage banger.
Oh boy, only 13 minutes. I got some shit for y'all. I got some shit. I know y'all see this little combo right here. Oops. I know you see this little combo right here. Watch how that shit goes. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that too. Special requests. Show you guys how to fuck with these filters and really change up your beats. Yeah. I'm fucking off. But you see what I'm saying? That's the beat. Now, I'm sure you're probably thinking that's just dope as fuck. That's just raw. It sounds hard. Look at I use the piano. Literally, I use one piano and I use two patterns for the piano. I use the bass and I use the fucking pad. All the other work goes into how I laid the beat out and how I pattern these drums. So let's get into these drums. This is the just from the For Trappers Only kit. I tell you guys all the time, people are starting to fuck with them now though. These 3 kits right here, man, I'm trying to tell you, you won't need another kit. There's no way you will need another kit. So, where is that shit? Oh, here it is. I called it Metro, but this is really like these two. those are the two 808s that TM uses all the time. So I ran to him. So then somebody was like, yo, can you make a Tm88 type tutorial? So this is the 808. Now I'm sure you're probably thinking, why didn't you put it on A or B or something like that? I'm gonna show you guys why I did that. So check this out. So you see that? You see I got these doubled up right here. So imagine if I put an 808 on top of that. Wang! It's gonna be fucking, I hope I didn't blow anybody's eardrums out, but it's gonna be so distorted because I got this low piano, I got this high piano, and then I got this 808 wanging when I can just come to the next step, which is D. So I throw the 808 in D, and then it just turned out to be great. So when I'm putting the pattern together, I'm like, all right, what's my threshold? Where can I go? So I know I put some pianos in D. I know I put some pianos in F. I know I put some pianos in A. I know I put some in B. I'm pretty sure I didn't put any in C. So I'm like, all right, so then that's my threshold. From D to B. So anywhere that I put in, anything that I place in here is going to be right. So then you like, okay, so how did you get these? How did you know to arrange these like that? I follow my 808s accordingly to my piano. So I'm looking right here. I wouldn't put my 808 at B if it was right here. You know what I'm saying? If this was G, I would put my 808 at G. If this was A, I'd put my 808 at A. You know what I'm saying? So your 808, your drums are instruments. The drum is an instrument. The snare drum is an instrument. The bass is an instrument. These are instruments, so you treat them as such. You want to come over here? Did I even? Aha, this is a good example. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how I get them on the correct key. So before, this is how it comes. So it would sound like this. But it's on key though. It's at the right key, but it's not at the right key. The actual drum isn't at the right key. So I'm like, all right, how do I figure out how to get this on key? You right click, boom, go to edit. Come over here, left click this tab right here, which is the regions tab. And you click, boom, detect pitch regions. Now it's telling me it's at A. So I'm gonna go here to the miscellaneous properties. Find, what is that? Find A. Where is that shit at? Boom. Ah, nice and warm. So I did that for all. I do that for all of my 808s. I make sure I keep them at the right key. Then I come over here, boom. I already showed you got this in the last video, but just for the sake of it, I'll show you guys again. I'm sorry if it's getting repetitive to my long-time subscribers. So this is what it sounds like without me tightening it up over here in the fucking instrument properties tab. Which it sounds awful. And like I said, only thing I did when I first did this shit, I took the attack, I turned it down, hold time, turned it up, decay, turned it down, sustain, turned it up, release, brought it down, and it made it tough. Now it's tight. You always want to keep your 808s in melody. So then I went over here to this 808, boom. A, G, D, ooh, B, and then right back to D. I'm keeping everything in key. I'm keeping everything with the tempo. See, you got to pay attention to your tempos, and you got to pay attention to your pattern. So you don't want your pattern going too crazy when you change up, you know what I'm saying, the dynamics, and you change up how the beat's going. You don't want to go too crazy, but you don't want to be too simple. Sometimes simple is a stage in the beat. You have to be simple in the beat. If a beat is just complicated from beginning to the end, you just got some bullshit going. It's just too much shit. So you want to have these levels of simplicity, complexity, you know what I'm saying? You want to have these things in there because you want to have it to be a Jeet Kune Do. Like I said previously, that's the Bruce Lee martial art where it's everything mixed into one fighting style. So this is what I got here. You know what I'm saying? So it may seem like I'm doing a lot or I'm very chatty, but I'm trying to tell you guys, this stuff is not as hard as these other producers when they do their tutorials. Some of them are good because I watch them myself. I'm a consumer like you guys. So I'm the only reason I'm so chatty is because I really want you guys to see. If you just take the limiters out of your mind and really understand what the hell you're doing when you open up FL Studio, you can make any fucking beat you want to make. It doesn't even matter. So when people email me and tweet me and hit me up like, yo, can you make this type of beat for me and show me how? Of course, because the shit's easy. I can make any type of beat I want to make. So that means I'll never not be good. You know what I'm saying? So that means I'll never be broke, essentially, because your wealth, like I was watching something from Postman. I don't know if anybody has ever thought about it like this, but your wealth comes from what you do. So people get money because they working, but since they don't have a talent, they're trading their time. They selling their time, going to work at McDonald's or going to work at even a fucking stockbroker, whatever. They selling their time, whatever they doing. But when you have a talent, essentially you're sharing your talent with an artist, and he's sharing some of that fucking money. So as long as you have the talent and the ability, you'll essentially always have a way to make money. You'll always have money. So I just want to tell you guys that shit, man. You can do this shit. Don't think I'm doing some shit amazing. I'm just doing this shit before you realize how to do it. So I grabbed the Tm88 808 that I just named it that, but it's almost like this. But you see what I'm saying? So I went over here. So you probably like, man, that don't sound like yada yada yada. It's all about perspective. So you would think I would be doing something totally different. This looks like a crazy pattern, but I'm not deaf or deaf. I don't know how to put that, but I'm not deaf. So I understand that. Wow, I understand that. It's easy to try to follow those guidelines and do what this guy says and do what this guy says and just do it. You just a fucking robot. You just doing some shit you were told. Use your ears. Use your talent. You're a music producer. Figure this shit out and make it your own. There's nothing that you can't do. It's nothing that you're not allowed to do in music. It's not like, oh, you can't do that. You can't use that. You do whatever you want to do, dude, and you make it yours. So this is my next pattern right here. And just to let you guys know, I do the same shit. I put my shits on different pitches, different keys. So I went right here again, checked it. I'm like, all right, where is this at? It's at F. Boom, clicked it on F. Now it's at F. You know what I'm saying? So I'm keeping everything in the correct pitches, in the correct tempos, and everything is all correct because it's all corresponding with my original pattern, which is this. So I'm not putting nothing in no crazy spots because everywhere is available. You know what I'm saying? So every spot, A, G, F, D, you know what I'm saying? I'm all good. But see, the beauty of it, there's no E. Now watch this. This is the beauty of a Tm88 beat. Let me get here. Hold on. The beauty of a Tm88 beat, it's almost non-musical. So you see this E? That E wasn't in there. But see, I had already figured this. Where the fuck is this shit at? I had already figured if I can sit here and do, so say I did B right here, I did A right here, then I did B right here. So I'm like, okay, I just went up in a key. So if my original root note for my 808 was at D, I can just take it up a key. It's gonna sound right because I did it in the piano. You know what I'm saying? So you was like, I don't know, it's on those guidelines. You gotta break the guidelines. You gotta break those limiters. Break that whole idea that you have to do some shit right. Do the shit. If it sounds good, it don't matter. It don't matter if the shit look like this. If that motherfucker sound good, then it's right. Break those limiters. Do what you gotta do. Now let's get in here to these kicks. Now I know you like, whoa, them kicks, they looking like that. So I got my kicks on all the right shit. Like I said, the same as the 808. You do the same shit. But the reason that I doubled these and why I got these like that, see, Tm88, his kicks punch. They punch so cold through those, because this 808 is deep. The melody is low and deep and eerie. And those kicks, they're a little pitchy. So you're like, damn, how the fuck is he doing this shit? You see that? Do-do-doom-doom. So I don't know how I followed that, but the regular one is at A. This is the root note for my melody. It's at A. So I kept my kick on the root note to the piano and not the 808. You asking me why I did that? Just because I did that shit, and it sounds good. So I knew I can do it. It was available for me. A is an available place to put the kick, so why not? You probably asking why I put it at C, because C is just the regular note. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just put this right here. Kept it on key. I put it at B. I put this at B because B was the second root note in my melody. So I put that right there. So it's pretty much insanity making a Tm88 beat, because it's nothing like do this, do that, do this, do that. You almost have to make your own fucking beat. I'm sorry guys, I'm so damn sick, but I'm doing this shit for you guys because I love you guys, man. Producers, we gotta stick together, dude. So those are my patterns. I like to keep my patterns. They all got to correspond with the 808s. You guys know that. So these are just all the kick patterns. Yeah. This music stuff, man, this shit can take you far, dude. So as I'm just going through these things, I'm just going to chat with you guys about how this shit goes. Where am I at? 28 minutes. Yeah, man. So we at 28 minutes. This shit's so crazy. Cough cough. Comment no key to get the no key drum kit. But we have the next kick pattern. And I just do this shit like the little shit. I just do it because I love my subscribers, man. You guys always commenting about, you know what I'm saying, my beats are crazy and you guys appreciate my tutorials. So it's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Do shit. Why not? I'm not trying to fucking scam you guys or give you guys bullshit and then have you guys just fuck with me just because you think I'm not gonna give you some bullshit. Because I hate following people and looking at shit and this bullshit. Like if I'm looking up a type beat or some shit, a fucking tutorial, and it's not the type of tutorial I was looking for. This is not a Metro beat. This is not a 21 Savage beat. What the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys coming fucking with me. Because the shit, that's just the kick pattern. I'm sorry I stopped it. It's a habit. Like I'm like, these guys are losing interest in just seeing these kicks. They already know. My guys are smart. So next, where we at? We at the snare. All these things. If you don't know, everything in here, I fucking get from these 3 drum kits. So I got shit from the FTO, I got shit from No Key, I got shit from Bando, you know what I'm saying? So I use these kits. I make all my beats out of these kits. And I'll show you guys. I'm not bullshitting you guys. So this is just the snare. So the snare is pretty simple. You just throw you a snare in there. That's gonna give it a bounce. That's gonna give it that ride. And then this is how I top it off right here. Easy. Now you probably like, why didn't you put that riff right there? That's because I have another hi-hat in there. And with the other hi-hat, I use that for my riff at that moment. See, you want to have these different, you want to have these little different accents. You want shit to be intricate. So when you hear the beat, you're like, damn, how the fuck did he do that? You gotta put these little hints and these little notes to make this shit just so damn cold. It's so wonderful to think about music production and all the shit you can do. So this is another hi-hat pattern. And I swear I only put that in the beat like twice. People think it's a waste of time to do little intricate shit and do these little intricacies. It's not. So, you know what I'm saying? Vox from the No-Key drum kit. Bongo from the Bando. You know what I'm saying? So, all these shits, Tm88 got all these crazy sounds that he used, and he used all these different sounds, and you fuck with him because it's different in the way he present them with the pattern. The pattern is the key. If your pattern is wrong, the beat's fucked up, and you already lost, pal. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You probably wondering, how do I do the triple step? Right here, snap to grid, 1/3 beat. So say I control, click, space, not space, shift. So I just copied that. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty easy. Or I could have just went over and just copied this. Control, click over, shift, drag. You know what I'm saying? So you can do all of this shit just from a click of a button now. You don't have to go all crazy trying to figure out all these different machines and shit. Production has come a long way. So there's no excuse why you shouldn't be making bangers. You have talent, you can do it. Don't doubt yourself. Hey! Then I'm gonna show you guys how to do the gross beat effect. It's gonna fuck up my vocals because like just peep it. You couldn't even hear me talk because I have my mic plugged in and I got it set to my FL. For some reason, I don't think it's a big deal, but I just do the shit. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. So you want to right click, copy over the whole thing. I'm gonna just show you guys how to do it with this Nexus right here, so it's not fucking up my mic. So I come over here, not reverb. Come over here, gross beat. I'm pretty sure everybody has gross beat. Come over here to momentary. Now, what do you want to do with momentary? Because it's different. It's so many different things you can do with the fucking. There's so many different things you can do with all these new sounds and all these new fucking waves and all these new VSTs they got. So I come over here to the half step. Now watch what that does. And just as a little treat, it's all kind of shit you can do in here, man. Like what these 808 Mafia guys doing, this shit isn't hard. You know what I'm saying? So come over here, you put it at the half speed, and once again I just right clicked, went to momentary, boom, and just click half step. Then what you want to do is you just click, turn this down. So you just drag down, then you want to right click, boom, create automation clip. That's going to bring the automation clip right here. You want it turned down because you want to be able to manipulate it when it's turned off. Then you want to right click right here. That's going to create a point. You drag the point up, then you come right here to the little tension, and you just drag that up, and that's going to give it the slope to the point where it slides down. Even though it's not going to do anything for right here.
Oh, Johnny Cage banger.
So I'm gonna show you guys how that sounds. This is just the half of the entire little Tm88 thing that he does.
Oh, Johnny Cage banger.
You know what I'm saying? So the first step is the gross beat. The second step is the love filter, which is, it comes with FL. So you want to just right click. It's called Yuck Yuck. Now what's that gonna do? I know you guys are like, thank goodness I've been trying to figure that shit out. There you go. People like, why don't you keep this shit to yourself? Because this shit isn't mine. It was ridiculous when people asked me that. Just my thought, like, why would I want to keep this shit to myself? I love producing. I love hearing music. If it was just up to me to make all the raw shit, I wouldn't be enjoying it as much. So you know what I'm saying? It's just all about, it's about giving back, man. It's about being a real dude.
Oh, Johnny Cage banger.
So that's how you do that, and that's pretty much how you make a Tm88 beat, man. I hope I didn't talk you guys' heads off. I'm gonna show you guys that shit right there. All I do, get that, boom, throw some delay on there. The thing is really about that, and then this is the whole key. Taking all of this shit down right here, and you just want the highs, because you don't want that shit like this. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you do that. That's just a little thing I threw in there for you guys. Excuse me. So this is how you make a Tm88 beat, man. How long did I have you guys in here? 37 minutes. Whoa. So one thing I do want to tell you guys, when you making a beat and you watching my videos, don't feel discouraged. Don't feel like a sound doesn't sound good, or something doesn't sound good, or this doesn't seem right, or this doesn't seem like it's gonna be cold. Do what the fuck you want to do, man. This shit's not about who does the greatest motherfucking copying, who does the greatest motherfucking riffs, or who does the greatest 808. It's about who has that sound and who's making the shit happen. Every producer goes through the phase where they don't feel like their beats are good, or their beats aren't gonna do anything, or you can't do it. And the producers that get over that, such as myself, because I go through slumps too, where I'm like, shit, I just can't make a beat. I'll just get on Xbox, play fucking Call of Duty or some shit, quick scope some fools. So you can do this shit, man. There's nothing that you can't do. There's no beat that you can't turn crazy. There's no artist you can't get to. There's no limit. There's no way you can think you can't do shit when everybody's doing shit that you want to do. That's common sense. So get up right now. Soon as this shit's over, it's about to be over in like a minute. I'm done. The beat's over. This shit's simple. It's just piano. You know what I'm saying? You think these guys are doing with this instrument, they're doing 1,000 shits when they sit here for 30 minutes and make a fucking beat. You can do this shit. Go do it. Fuck with these drum kits, man. I'm trying to put you guys on. If I had been a fraud, if I didn't know how to make beats, I'd have been already exposed. This shit's not a joke. This shit's real, man. So fuck with me. Like, comment, subscribe, man. It's your boy Johnny Cage. I'm out of here, bro.